The National Portrait Gallery of Scotland on Queen Street today hosted an informative day of talks and a workshop on first steps, caring for photographs, including digital preservation in community archives.
And today's event is basically looking at photography, our fine art collection here and the archive collection in another part of the building. The aim of today is to look at photography and give the delegates information on identification of these early processes, which are often quite difficult, and also the storage, safe storage. That's vitally important because the wrong storage can cause a lot of damage. Safe handling as well, which is also very important, and of course the potential to display these objects for whatever period. Well, the pieces on display are all from our National Fine Art collection, so we have photographs by early pioneer photographers, David Octavius Hill and Robert Adamson. We've got photographs by Thomas Annan. We've got photographs by contemporary photographers as well. So it's really from the birth of photography in the 1840s to work that was produced a couple of years ago.
The results of the SCA's Community Archives survey showed there is a desire for training in basic conservation, cataloguing and digital preservation, while creating a network of resources to support people working with community archives in handling photos both old and new.
I was brought here because the Heritage Centre has an archive of photographs of about 6,000 prints, mainly given by a chap called George Liston, who had the foresight to photograph New Haven when it was being demolished, and we've got a really good archive of how it was before and how it is now. We also want to make sure we can maintain that archive and keep it in good condition, obviously, for future generations that are coming along.
We have a very large, extensive archive of photographs, mainly 20th century, but a lot of domestic photographs and things like that, family holiday photographs. We keep them, and we're working on digitalising them and keeping them on record to allow us to people to access them online rather than having to come into the centre. They also service our permanent exhibition. We find a subject we're looking for, we use that on the permanent exhibition. We want to be able to keep them for posterity if we can, so it's important that we've got we've got some idea of what we're doing, but we've learned a lot more this time on what we should be doing.
Archivists learnt the best practice regarding the identification, handling and crucially storage of photographs, often found in community archives, with those interested clearly identifying the latter as a priority. Trying
to find the right storage, cost-effective storage as well, because not all of the charities like ourselves have got the wherewithal to buy the high-end stuff. So I think it's more, rather than knowing what you can do, is what you shouldn't do. Like get rid of the shoebox and try and find something else.
We don't have any premises ourselves, so storage is a prime concern for us. And yes, we have picked up, or I have picked up a couple of tips. Yeah.
I realise that perhaps many people here don't have a ridiculous amount of budgets, a lot of money to spend, so it's what you can do, sometimes on a shoestring, but you can do a lot, and even doing a small amount 1 year, after 10 years you've achieved quite a bit. So today is about that as well. It's also about passing on information, and it's a bit like a pebble in a pool, that information hopefully will be spread further and further and further, and eventually we don't know where it'll end up, but as long as it's good information, that's the main thing.
That information will hopefully help this band of photographic amateurs to develop the skills necessary to take their little frames of imperative local and visual history beyond or indeed the dark room. Ian McNally, That's TV.